from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. It's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. Ryan Tannehill and the New Orleans Saints versus Drew Brees and the Minnesota Vikings.
It is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Taking in at the 3. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints.
Recovered by the Saints.
It's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is, but to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all, and now it's just words because they've talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one, remember, going into hostile territory, we have to set the tone right in the beginning, and they do the exact opposite.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through it, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
On 1st and 10, here's Brees. And complete to Zach Ertz. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
We get a look at what Ertz did receiving-wise last week. 4 catches, 64 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
It's a gain of 3. First down, Vikings.
Brees now on 1st down. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. It's a gain of 7, and it's a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd.
Shotgun now for Brees. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So here come the Saints now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their 32-year-old quarterback in his 9th season in the NFL. It's Ryan Tannehill.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
And we're trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Nick Chubb.
5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second down.
2nd and 5. At the 10-yard line.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
T. Higgins, incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal.
A 27-yard attempt.
And Bullock will put this one through. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead.
Saints 3, Vikings nothing.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
At their own.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Taylor, the ball carrier.
For the Vikings and Saints, you might recall they battled in the wild card round a season ago, and it was the guys in purple who came in and pulled off the upset, with Kirk Cousins finding Kyle Rudolph in the end zone in overtime to sew up a 26-20 win. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Snap comes at 1, and now Breeze. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards.
And the Vikings.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now Breeze again. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They get 14 there. 1st down Vikings.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run with Taylor. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Working from the gun. It's Breeze. He'll drop this down to Taylor.
Breeze pass.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he will have a Vikings first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
On first down, Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
4-yard line.
After 1 on EA Sports.
Saints 3, Vikings nothing.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Breeze to throw again. They'll get that one to Taylor, complete. Call it no gain there on the first down play. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. From the gun, it's Breeze. He dumps it underneath for Taylor. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And that will tie us at 3-3.
3-3.
that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment.
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. What did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And his throw here is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Coverage on the play by Trayvon Diggs.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Breeze now. That one caught by the rookie Chase Claypool.
Breeze.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
To throw is Breeze. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Vikings.
Taylor. A tackle that time by Akella Witherspoon. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Breeze to throw. Completion here to Claypool. Breeze. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A gain of 7.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Breeze to Jefferson on the slant. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Complete to Justin Jefferson.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. They fake the give. Here's Breeze. That is caught at the 7. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They'll look to run with Taylor, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Touchdown. Jonathan Taylor hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And it is up.
The kick is good.
And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he returns this to the 22.
The Saints take over at 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
To throw again on 2nd down, Tannehill, and he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked up by Anderson Aho. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Breeze. They'll find Taylor. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Breeze. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago, and those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, we're off to check out another game, and you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you, and you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here comes Ryan Tannehill now, leading his offense back out there. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Number 6 brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
Tannehill. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 40.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
A gain of 8 brings up 2nd and 2 at the 39-yard line.
They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
A run for Nick Chubb. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Linval Joseph. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
3rd and long, it's Tannehill. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Bullock's kick is good. And that'll bring him back.
Makes the score, Vikings 10, Saints 6.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Complete, Jefferson to target. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Yards on the pickup.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
Complete to Jonathan Taylor.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now, Breeze again. They'll get that one to Taylor, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Brandon, a lot of times you'll see running backs rotate in and out of the game, whether it's a completed pass, a good run, it doesn't matter. Here, not only does he stay in, but they go right back to him, and he makes another nice play. Back-to-back catches.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
Offense.
And that'll set them back 5. On the draw is Taylor. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now on 2nd and 16, Breeze. This one brought in by Jefferson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
To Justin Jefferson. 12 yards on the play, but it's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
last catch short of the marker by just a yard. Leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 27. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Tannehill on first down. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics. He's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside player.
Play action. Breeze. Middle of the field to Jefferson.
Breeze.
It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
A gain of
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Breeze. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
a gain of 9.
They had 2 straight first downs. Now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1. Taylor. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Seems pretty obvious defensively. A key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. First and 10, Taylor now. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Taylor. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Taylor. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard run. Leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
The quick slant caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Zach Ertz, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not
That
mistaken,
does,
correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
On 1st down, Tannehill. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Incomplete.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And that is incomplete here. The Saints on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that, because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind that it will also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Now Gold for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Coverage by Andrew Sendejo.
Here's Tannehill. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Robinson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29. A gain of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
That's good for us.
To the air again, Tannehill. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Again, Tannehill. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Vikings, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Saints, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.